Okay.
Well. Welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Good evening. With me today is Padole from Manchester, and Linfa will be joining us tonight on the show. So, Padole, how you doing? And how's is your the great city of Manchester?
Well, to be realistic, I am 100% okay. I'm happy with my life. So long I can see the daylight and move freely without any struggling or walking or eating and stuff and things. I'm so hefty. So I'm really, really happy. The point of the matter is yesterday was a horrible day for me. But today, I thank God, the weather is a little bit okay. Yesterday was horrible. I challenge the weather. I get on the street. I never go to hospital. So, but today, I thank God, the weather was all right. I don't know how you were looking at to your end there in London, but in Manchester it was
Well, it was
terrible.
rainy and it was
It never
yeah,
rained. It never rained in
it
Manchester,
very
but the
uh
cold.
uh but
Yeah.
anyway, having said that, today will be a firing show. We'll be looking
Mm.
at the president SONA. The big question is, why did Joseph Boakai lie to Liberians? Why? The men with the most experience that told us that the job of it was not for boys, it was for men. So we'll be looking at why somebody with 47-year governmental experience, former vice president for 12 years, Senate Pro, became president of the Sunday, agriculture minister, you name it, all the position he had in Liberia. While in the president, he gone 2 years, in a third year, why did he lie to the people of Liberia? We'll be dissecting and we'll be looking at the rebuttal from the political leader. And Mr. Cummings said something today. We'll be looking at it. So that's what we're going to start the show with. Why is it Liberians? Why? And the president, the reason why I'm saying this, the president lied to the nation say about the project in 4 years. He had no idea. But yesterday he admitted that he funded the project. So we want to know where the money came from. Why should the president lie to us? There is the very president that told us that he was going to sleep with the devil or dance with the devil to get to the presidency. He did. So is that the devil now making him to lie to the nation? We'll be looking at it. And to our viewer, kind of share the show. We'll be looking at why. And the big question is why Joseph Boakai have to lie to the people of Liberia? There is no
Yeah,
sugarcoating. He lied.
yeah, Mr. Chulable, the answer to that why is simple and clear. You see, one thing I always say it on several occasions when we come on the torso, I always say that so long we have a clause in our constitution that excuse these people from persecution at the time that they're in the office, whatever they do. So long that clause is in the constitution, these people will always take advantage over the Liberian people and nothing will come out of it. Mrs. Ellen Johnson sorry did it when the local issue came up. She said, I take the responsibility. Nobody will go after her because of that immunity. George Weah,
Mhm.
was a lot of story on George Weah about what he did. George Weah misbehaved. He went and lied down to some other country to watch football and leave the country limo for 40 some more days. That could have impeached him and remove him from power and put him in jail. Nothing happened though.
But Padole, hold on. The George Weah you mentioned, everybody knew this guy's an entertainer. He is not an administrator. They call him he was what the word Joseph Boakai used, the job that John Weah say that job is not for
boy. You see, the joy is not for boy, it's for men.
Absolutely, it's for men. So they gave the country to a man, the man who spent 47 years in government. Remember, he was on OKF and not OK, but T Majlater program before the election, that he was the only one among the candidates that could fix that country. Today, he has been given the opportunity to serve his people. And he decided 2 years.
Yeah, Mr.
Good story coming from the old man. Why should the old man lie to the people?
Thank you, Mr. Chileple. Let me ask you this simple question here. What do you think will happen to him when he been lying like this up to the end of his leadership? What do you think will happen to him?
Nothing gonna happen to him because we Liberians we accept it.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, so because we accepted that he will leave. Yeah, he will leave office and nothing gonna happen. But while he's still in office, the old man lied to the Liberian people, and he had to be told that he lied. No, the old man been lying from day one. People, let me go deep first before we get into his SONA. The old man went to school in Sierra Leone. He attended Kenneman Secondary School that he graduated from, secondary in the British High School. He moved to Liberia. He attended CDLA. So it's the only president with 2 high school diplomas. And he lied to the people of Liberia, saying he and his disabled mother walked from Foya to Monrovia. And then we got to know a poster on the Executive Marshal website that he's an alma mater of Kenema High School. So the question is, when did he go to Kenema High School, and how did he enter in CDLA, and when did he walk from Lofa? So the old man then lied all along. So this SONA have just shown the old man is a liar. Nobody will sugarcoat it. The old man lied to us just last month that he had no clue of that, the project in Foya. He said he didn't know who told him. But then yesterday, the old man admitted that he aware of the project and he owned the project. That is impeachment offense. It's just our lawmakers, they're not serious. Where the old man got the money from to build up that $10 million complex in Foya? You see? And then he came with it.
That's why I'm telling you, Mr. Chilepe, if we the Liberian people serious, we need to get on our feet and make sure that and revisit the Constitution to remove some of the clause within the Constitution that giving these criminals, misfortune people that in our leadership refusing to do the right thing depend on that clause. So if that clause is removed, I bet you, Mr. Gilope, anyone that come into power, he will think twice. He say, look, if I do anything wrong, I leave the power or I stay in the power. If I do anything wrong, I will be prosecuted. So long the people have that fear in. Even you and I, the Europe that we're living in for decades upon decades, you think the people that are bound by the rule, they are honest people? No. But they know when they do it, there are the consequences. No matter what happens. That's the reason why you see people going according to the checkdown. But when people know that nothing will happen to them, what the hell? That's what happening, Mr. Chilepe. If we can campaign all the out, stand friendly, talk to our brother, get on the street, petition, solicit signature to petition the removal or the visitings of the Constitution to remove some of this clause within the Constitution. I think it will help out a lot, both in and out of the country. Because so long your brothers and sisters in Liberia are not in peace, forget it, you're not going to be in peace. no matter what kind of limousine you ride in UK here or whatever country you are. No, it's not possible. That's why I can say anything because for me, I don't see any reason sir, for people to even waste their time on the old man statement because the old man know everything he doing. He's not
No,
a
no,
dumb.
but don't say waste. Don't say we can't waste our give a bullface story that schools in Liberia, the children they then fair. He told us that he created over 70,000 jobs. So you
Mm.
cannot say that this is the country that he inherited that it was so bad and he came to rescue the country. If you kind of rescue something that means it might be an earthquake or tsunami or some kind of massive landslide that kill a lot of people and you can rescue. If you use the word rescue, the old man can rescue the situation according to him. That George Weah was doing so badly.
Yeah.
And the work that George Weah was doing, it was not for little boy, it was for men. And
No,
he was
no,
the most experienced person.
yeah.
Remember, you have
Mm.
Cummings, you have what the people you have Tawon Gongo, you have Harmova in that race, you have other people. Sarah Besto, the woman who have how they call it the foreign ministry. They have competent people that ran for that post, but everybody
Yeah,
said
yeah,
this because they probably have 50 years experience. So the experienced person cannot come to us now and lie to us, say, oh, he created 70,000 jobs and people are still sleeping hungry. And that's what Mr. Cummings said, and we'll be looking at it tonight. To our
yeah.
viewers for joining us tonight, want to say welcome to Bottomline. Kindly share the show. Leafa will be joining us shortly. Tonight will be firing. The question is, why did Joseph Boakai lie to the nation? The father of the nation, why he had to lie to his children? That is the question today. Drop a comment. We'll put on our number also. You can call today if you want to. But don't let me hear you because this thing is paining me. Why should your old
Yeah,
man
I
or
know.
granddad who
Know.
follow all
I
the
know.
beautiful story lie to the nation? Talk to me.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Chilable, I know to be realistic is so painful to see of someone who everybody should expect him to be a truthful person to to do the right thing and doing this kind of thing opposite. So it's very painful. But here is the problem. If someone know that when he do wrong, there's a consequence for it, they will let to do the right thing. Like here, you and I will drive our car. We'll get to the real life where nobody there, even a bird in the air is not there, but we don't run a traffic light because we know the consequences behind it. So basically, what I am saying here, the reason why the old man is doing all these things, initially, this is the old man said about the $10 million or construction that going on in Lofa, said that he's not aware at all. Absolutely. The people go up and down. One of the assistant, I mean, deputy ministers for information came up and said, "Is the MR, the Mana River Union project?" Somebody came and said, "The public work minister said it's national security issue." The president came out and said, "Oh yeah, this thing here is a Mana River project, and I was not aware of this thing here, and they just bring it to my attention." Amen. For God's sake. Now, yesterday he came up publicly and said, "Yes, the project is mine. I sponsoring it for me." If let's be realistic, Mr. Triple, if the men know that that statement or that action that he been taking is punishable by imprisonment or whatever imprisonment here and there and rest of it, you think he will be doing it? He will never do it. But you know, nothing going to happen to him. Nothing going to take place on him. Look at the predecessor, the Mr. We are. What kind of thing we are never do? He going scot free in the town. Now he even boasts to say he coming back. after he messed the whole country like that, he wasted people's time. He was the innocent people's time. Yeah, now he say he coming back for God, for God in heaven's sake. So, Mr. Kilobre, that's why I am saying this situation here. Joseph Boakai lying, Joseph Boakai talking true. If we say it from now to tomorrow or from now to Judgment Day, what will be the end result? What are we going to get? We will inform the people, and the people that you trying to inform, all of them know what is really happening because majority of them are the ones that feeding the pin on the ground. You and I.
No, okay. So let's jump. Let's jump to this quickly. Adole.
Yeah.
We're going to start with this 70,000 jobs that he created in Liberia. 70,000 jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm going to take you back from the Turbo era, and then we come to Ellen, then then the Pape who now lying to us. In the Turbo era before those took over, there were plenty of jobs because I can say this fairly because my mom was working biscuit factory when I was a child baby growing up. She was working at business. So you have biscuit factory, iron factory, all these things had employment all over. You have Lanco, you have Firestone, you have how they call it in bone mines, you have Gurish. There are plenty of jobs all over. So Liberians at the time, people were making money, though they had civil as well. At that time,
most of our group of companies.
So, since after the war, ended, the old man telling us that because we know civil in Liberia, they are the government.
Oh my God. For your internet is compromised.
Another?
Yeah.
Sorry, my internet trip. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what happened is, since the war ended, the government of Liberia has been the major employer of the people on the ground. So you get about 65 to 70,000 people that all government payroll, civil servant. If this old man, imagine if you're working, you alone could be supporting at least 10% or 8% in your family. So since he created 70,000 additional jobs, that means the economy is so good, it should be a lot of cash flow. So what in instance Joseph Boakai is telling us that we're living in the diaspora, we should not send money to people back home because there are plenty of jobs now. Then you have the private sector too. That means if you're selling Kobo, you employ one person or Keke rather, total number is about 65,000 of them that work in the private sector that have nothing to do with government. So if you have that, then you have additional 70,000 jobs employed in the first 2 years of the Omer government. What does that tell you? That Liberia is okay. That's what he's trying to say. So talk to me. If Liberia is okay, why is it they go on Christmas? I want people who calling us back to back to send them money. In September, when school are opening, back to back, we are calling us to help them send their children to school. If he created 70,000 jobs, and the owner told us that they've been feeding over 23,000 students that go to school.
Yeah,
what are the facts?
Yeah, Mr. Chulofle, you were saying something brought to my attention during Turbo administration.
Okay.
We had a chicken shoe factory. We had a slipper factory, shoe factory. We had a shoe factory.
Yeah.
We had an iron factory. We have a moisturizer group of company. We have a factory that was making toilet tissue in Bento, which I visited. We have so many entrepreneurial systems that have nothing to do with government at all. We have a group of companies right to Mama Point area. They're going to Johansen, employing a lot of good qualified Liberians. When the military took over, that brought Mr. Joe Baker then into higher up in the government. All this area that I am talking about, you and I talking about right now, would name it, all crumble, disappear. We have matching factory, all disappear. We have a lot of activities in the interior, all start to disappear. Under the wash of old man Barker then. They were working in that government in a hierarchy. During Tobodin administration, they were down the line. They were not counting in terms of administration or decision making. But moment when the military took over, they began to start existing. Mr. Chulupe. In that manner, they help and bring the country down to her knee. And such a person take over as the president. What do you expect all of him? So I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, Paul, what happened to the internet today is a little bit giving you a tough time.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, what happened today? We had a serious incident with the rain situation here, and it been disturbing. So it might be disturbing my internet. So that could be the case. But I enjoy you talk about the factory. I know the hot chicken soup factory or biscuit factory, matcha factory. Go on.
Battery factory and all. Battery factory. You know. Sooner you leave Freeport coming to freeway. Battery factory was right there. They have so many companies, to be realistic. And the job was not an issue in our country. The hardest thing is to graduate from high school. If you don't even want to go to university, you can get a job. You understand what I'm saying? But when Joseph Baker came into power with the military overthrowing, all these companies then start growing. I mean, they start destroying all the companies because the harassment was too much on the investor from the military junta. Harassment was too much on the people, all the business crumbled. All the business crumbled and begin to disappear in the radars of our country. So that is the man, those that were in that position, back there where Mr. Baker then got position, they start making decisions for the poor people here and there and rest of it. Up the president, that sort of man became president. What do you expect all of him? What do you think he will be able to do to improve the life of the Liberian people? He know it, he saw it, but he doesn't have the potential to put it into action. That's the biggest problem.
So Padole, we're gonna go to. We're waiting for Leifa to come on the program. He'll be here shortly. So we're going to look at the rebuttal to the SONA from Mr. Cummings. And Cummings tried a lot of key issues. And today I was really shocked. So waiting for Leifa, and then we'll dive into this rebuttal because we know Joseph Barry. So you are telling me here tonight that Joseph Barker had lied his way through to the presidency, because this is what it looked like. He had long been telling stories about all of these things that people saw that he had the experience. So what did he learn from Ellen? People now listen to us on social media, listen to OK or FN this morning, and more early than others, they're lying to the people still that, oh, when the old man talking about job creation, he's talking about pimping rather, he's talking about the woman who's selling color and giving it to some late child to go sell. That's a job creation.
Yeah.
What's wrong with these people?
Mr. Chilable, you're supposed to know that young man is a chronic liar. Is a kind of human being, and they are the best student of Mr. Barker's. That's why that's why they always says the boy with the same fellow far the same way. These are the students of Mr. Barker. If you can remember, when the CPP saga came up, that is the young man that will call the asking to swear on the Bible, he says he's now a Christian. Swear on the Quran, he says he's now a Muslim. His father is a Pakistani. His mother is a Bahai. So, but he denied the religion that he part of in order because he knew what he was saying in that quote is going to be lie. So that's the kind of human being you talking about. What do you expect out of Mo Ali, for God's sake? They were the all of them governors that said to fight against Mr. Cummings. The reason is because Mr. Cummings is not dancing the same tone like all of them. Trying to be straightforward, etiquette people. But they don't want to hear that. Even Bernard, all of them jump together to lie on the brother, to ostracize him, to disgrace him. They did all these things there. All of them lie. Because everything that they were saying, none was resembled true, including this young lady in the Senate there. So these are the group of people. So what do you expect out of Mo Ali? Mo Ali, who protected someone's daughter, innocent legal, and tell the girl to kill the child. Just human being. These are the record. If we were in a responsible, a civilized society, these are the people that are supposed to be prosecuted for this kind of crime.
Okay. So Padole, let me ask you this question. People now going around saying, the speech rector misled the president. I want you to answer this question. If you the manager, and all the department honor you, if all the department submit their report, the people put it together and give it to you, you're not read it before you go out there. If somebody says something that doesn't make sense, you're not moving from there before you go out there to read it. After having 50-year experience in government, will somebody lie to you?
Yeah, Mr. Chilable, that is a lazy argument. That argument is very, very lazy. It's a lazy argument. As administrators, you peruse your every communication that come before you. You go through it from paragraph to paragraph to know whether something will say in that document that you are not concord with. But if you refuse, if you are a lazy person, this are the end result can happen. And the people bring any statement. And secondly, he's the one that reads something to the public, for God's sake. He read it to the people. After the people prepare the communication, they put it before him, he read it to the public. So he didn't know that he was saying something that is not true. He knew everything he was saying. That's why I'm telling you, Mr. Chilable, that everything the old man is doing, he know what he doing. He's now a stupid, he's now a nosy person. The old man know everything he doing. Old man know anything he does as a leader of our country.
Right. Yeah.
Nothing will come
So
out of it.
so 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 in this case, he deliberately lied to the Liberian people.
Stand in the clip. And what will you do to him? Tell
Okay.
me.
No, we just want to know that. So, in a nutshell, we just conclude that the woman is a liar because if he deliberately lied to the
Yeah,
citizen,
you mean
I mean,
okay?
as a father of the nation, and you know that the things you're going to tell the people, the children living home, there's no food to eat, and then you lie to the children, say, "Oh, that I just created jobs, so their jobs over there, and they're living there, they're not seeing anything," and you get a bold face to tell them, say, "Yeah, but every morning I can feed you when you go to school." That's what he says. So he have a bold face, lying attitude in him. That's why he telling us here.
Who's supposed to punish him for shots or act? The people that he lied to on the ground. You and I will only talk, but people on the ground is
Okay.
the best people to punish him for that. But are they ready to do it? You think they are ready to do it? To punish the old man for such an act. You see, there's not today the people knew that the old man can lie. The old man said when they were trying to persecute Mr. Kumi, he said he didn't know Mr. Kumi from nowhere. And he and Mr. Kumi then went to the same school. Could you imagine that? And he was the best of friends. And when he appeared to the court, they asked him, "Do you know them?" He said, "This is my first time seeing them." He and the man were in CPP. He said he didn't know the man from nowhere. For God's sake. That's the man you talking about. He knew what he doing. Nothing was happening.
Okay. But so to our audience, welcome to the Bottomline discussion. Tonight is firing. We're trying to dissect Joseph Boakai's speech, and we'll be looking at the rebuttal of Mr. Cummings, where he said, and Cummings did something extraordinary today. The guy intellectually educated on Boakai how to govern a country. That's something we'll be looking at. So let's take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll be looking at what Cummings said to help Joseph Numa Boakai for Liberians to benefit, because Boakai has proven now to be the leader. And before we get to the common issue, something I seem to realize now, that the guy who we classify as novice, incompetent George Weah is only 2 years, he don't better money than Joseph Boakai. So this guy who plays soccer, who never had administrative skills behind him as a soccer player, and the one who claimed to be the most experienced one, John Weah beat him. So we'll be looking at that. Let's have a quick commercial break. After that, we'll be looking at what Cummings said today. How the Cummings managed to intellectually educate Boakai. We'll be looking at it, how to govern. The men they claim to be 1%, they call it 1%. But they start talking to the podium and say, "Look, I'm not just going to criticize, but I'm going to help the government. If you're smart enough, you'll take my idea, let the country benefit." We'll be looking at that. Let's take a quick break, but Dolly won't come out. We'll be looking at the Cummings issue.
All right.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Cholo Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottom Line Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
That's the show will be coming on next month, which is not far to go. It will be starting in February, audience with the Lord Chilope at 8 o'clock Liberia time, 8 o'clock UK time. That we're going to start that program in February. But darling, today Mr. Cummings did a rebuttal to the SONA. Very interesting thing that he said. Did you watch his rebuttal?
Yeah, I watched some. And I saw somebody reading.
Okay, what are you thinking about?
You see,
right.
As I'm seeing here, Mr. Cummings said, basically the errors from the SONA, he's highlighted something that's supposed to be dealt with, was left over being putting attention to, like the welfare of the innocent people in our country, like women and children. Solar mines or boys were not stated, and the progress that being made by the Unity Party supposed to even emphasize on it, like the armed robbery that were taking place frequently in Georgia administration is not happening. And secondly, the drug issue, the way the drug issue have been taken serious, and the president did not even comment on that. So it was very shocking to Mr. Cummings. But what I can see here, Mr. Cummings will say all the good things. You will tell them all the good advice. You don't want to take it because you don't want Mr. Cummings to hold the credit. To take the credit. Because if Mr. Cummings tell them, this is the best way forward, I think you need to do this. When you do it, people will know that based on Mr. Cummings' idea, that's what happened. So for this reason, they will not want to do it. You don't want to listen to Mr. Cummings' advice. We all know. If you see some of us follow Mr. Cummings because we have the belief in him that he's the best person to face our country problem, because he knows the problem we have. As of doctors, as a professional doctor, you must diagnose the sickness before you be able to cure it. For me, I believe that Mr. Cummings have diagnosed the problem we have. He wouldn't need the tools to be given to him to make sure to cure the sickness. But we will have people with this. Oh my God! Somebody. Break it.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, let me tell you.
All right. So it's just that the way Cummings put it today, it was quite simple. People usually they come up with all kind of things, but then the information that is written is not trickled down to the common man. They're not feeling the impact. So while write something on paper, you know that the common people, it will not benefit on what the people say. So this is the situation, and it's quite interesting that he said it. The people must feed it. You can't say you create 70,000 jobs and nobody know they're not feeding it. There's no impact on the job that is created. How can you explain it to the people? This is what you are saying. And
yeah,
go on.
You see, Mr. Chilople, Mr. Cummings was making a statement to help the government to do the right thing. But the government willing to take Mr. Cummings' advice? It's not possible. But that is the best thing that he could do as an opposition leader, to come out to show to the public, to show to the nation that what the people did, what the people say is wrong. This is the best way so far. Let people know that he's capable of solving problems. Let some people take note of that. So maybe tomorrow they will think wisely. They say, look, I think it's necessary. It's a time for us to focus on this man to face our country. So the statement that he put out tonight, I mean, today was the best way forward. That's my view. It was the best way forward. Come up, identify the error, provide the solution. Government take it, government will take it, but make sure put it out. The citizen will know it because the government said they're doing a lot of good for the people, and the people on the ground are not feeling the good that the government said he did. So what's the sense? And the citizen know fully well that yes, what the government say is lying. So and the one of the best thing that he said in that prayer release was solution to the problem. At least people will know that yeah, this man he's someone who can able to face our country. Maybe tomorrow
Right.
the people will turn to him and say, look, let us try him and see whether our country will be faced. So that's what I can say in that manner.
Yeah. Okay, Pastor, I want to leave for come on. I'm trying to put this thing down. My device is giving me problem here, so it's stuck. So I'm trying to put it down. Well,
Yeah.
there are other slides I want to bring out. Yeah, it just froze in here on my device. But let me flow. If the government is smart enough, if this government is quite smart, the suggestion that Mr. Cummings put forward today, because they don't have anything planned, the suggestion that he put forward to help them, if they're smart enough, I think they should run with it. Because he listed simple things that he could have done. Because they came to power, it just showed that from the president, SONA, it shows that the government have no clue of government. So it's like they did a try and error. You know, this so-called yellow machine that he talked about in the SONA, and people keep saying people are jumping on yellow machine. No. Remember when Joseph Boakai took office, he said in the first 100 days, there will be no car stock in the mud. And he meant what he was saying, but people didn't grab it. Well, I was a little boy who could travel during the rainy season from Harper to Monrovia. Then what happened? Because all the 9 counties at that time, all the 9 counties have what public well substation everywhere, and they have what graters and things that could maintain the road. So the yellow machine they started bringing where he said every county will have two. It's that same concept that they try to make it they dust the road smooth so car can be stuck in the mud. But they're not going to create, they're not going to build new roads. So everything they're doing now is the one that is left there. They just trying to work it. Also, the yellow machine coming, do some pavement or some road, and then run with it in that will bring development. But they have no agenda from the president. Sooner is tell us that they don't have any agenda. So it will be, I said on the program that they will try to maintain those dusty roads, and people say yes. Some people who never saw yellow machine before, they put in like in darkness. A lot of people will say yes, this man is doing something, but if you don't have agenda, this is what you get. Linford, welcome to the show. Please help me bring the thing down before you join into the conversation. So this is what I'm saying.
Well, I'm sorry that I came in late. Two things. I have a visitor, and one, I got grabbed by this thing again. So I'm talking literally from my nose. But I think, guys, what the president's statement or his state of the address, the initial address yesterday was full of contradictions and a lot of things. One of the things he said when it comes to the job creation.
Limbo, can you please rescue us by putting the thing down?
Okay, let me see. Yeah, I'll find it. But while I'm finding it, let me be talking. So, you know, when he talked about the job creation, I don't know whether it was this one. I think so. This one. Okay. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, but
there,
then
there
okay.
are few there, so there are two or yeah, a few all of there you can go through it for us. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Flow.
Okay. So like I was saying, when he talked about job creation, at the same time he said they created 70,000 jobs. Okay, and then he came back in the same vein to say that there were job losses because of the the cutting of aid by the USA or USAID. So how can you be creating 70,000 jobs then you cry for job cut? So it doesn't. I try to make sense out of it, but it was a little bit difficult. Maybe I'm not the only person, or I'm the only person thinking that way. But I found it difficult to understand that because if you say, well, you create a whole lot of jobs, so everybody's working. So how many? And you are not specific to say how many jobs they lost, but you're specific to say they created 70,000 jobs. Okay, and something again in that statement that I'm still pondering is when he said we're going to repeal some of the decrees of the PRC. But the question is, he did not specifically name which decrees. And remember that this man was a major in the PRC, right? Okay. But he said
Yes.
some of these decrees have been there for years. Okay. And they are not functional or they have become institutionalized. But the thing is, which of them? Because we don't know. Or so it's a lot of things that I don't know if it was a press conference, maybe he would have answered questions to that to explain what he meant about some of those things. But I did not listen to the entire speech because I was
But
at
but
work.
but live for. Let me hold you, live for. Let me hold you right there. The president is making report to the nation. He making report, so he's supposed to be detailed of everything that he say. If he gave a vague statement, that means he left the people thinking unnecessarily. He should give detail and be factual. He talk about the degree. If that degree is the AA understanding do will be used, we're going to stop it. Be bold. But you can't just come and say degree. So he was not. He just gave a vague statement that people now scratching their head when he talk about the 70,000 job. Everybody looking at each other. 70,000 job. So this is man. That was the exact statement he came out with. Flow, Liver. He muted.
So it's like I said, a lot of people are still trying to, you know, come to terms with what he said, with most of what he said. And one one error I will give him, a pat on the back. Let me see if I can take down this one. You put it there.
If you bring it down, no, I think it's from your end. It's on the system, so you can bring it down the same place you took the other one from.
Okay, so yeah, one place I would want to probably give him pat on the back is that you ought to admit that they have problems, and despite the policy, it's a pig is a pig. So no matter how you dress the pig is still a pig. So he tried to polish it, he tried to make it look good, still trying to find it stuff. He tried to make it look good, but still, he knew that they probably knew or they probably knows exactly what he said was not true. So he had to come back to admit, their failures or where they have some challenges, which is normal with any other government. You know, it's normal with any other government. It's not peculiar to the Unity Party. All parties, when it comes to office, to have problems, and but the ability to solve the problems that they meet is what makes them good government. Because there is nowhere that is problem free. Even the great United States that goes around making all the noise, they got more problem than some of the countries that they go to. Okay, little Norway here, we are not in heaven, but we got almost everything we want. You get free medical, free, free medical. You get free holiday. You get money for holiday, children's sake. You get holiday, everything. Okay, but that is not in America. You have to work. You get sick, get checked, you call the ambulance, they will come for you. You go to America, unless you involving accident or you want to the hospital, you gotta pay your insurance, all these things. But you know, so they try to fix it when America try to sugarcoat or dress, we know dress all the problems they got, then they appear to be the best. And then everybody says, oh, America, America. But there are some countries, right here, Switzerland. Switzerland is a better country to live more than America in terms of the economy and other things. But people, it's all about self-publicity. So the Boakai administration, they try to publicize themselves yesterday. They try to make it look good, but at the end of the day, they have to come back to admit the faults that they have. But again, like I said, it's normal with all other administrations. Okay, and I will give him a pat on the back for admitting, because that's very important. Instead of just window dressing, and thinking that we are all stupid. No. So that's it. And like again, I mentioned that I read it on the front page Africa where he said, I think I have it. I had a cube or my computer, but I did also I lost it. Where he said to repeal the PRC decrees. And I don't know which one specifically he's talking about, because this was the time report, like you really said, he's reporting to the nation for him to tell people what he intends to do and how he will do it. But you can't just say, okay, we'll repeal decrees. There were a lot of decrees that the PRC passed. Okay,
Yeah.
in 5 years now. But we don't know. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah,
maybe.
Bimbo, are you saying that the Omer is saying that he's going to bring back some of the degree or what?
No, he said he will
No,
repeal
no,
them.
no.
He will cancel them.
Cancel them.
That's not it. That's what he meant. Yeah.
He will remove them. So, but the question is, we don't know which one, because should I not give you a sample and say, okay, let degree in AA or degree this and that and
Well,
whatever, they will know.
To my knowledge, since the removal of PRC government, I don't think any degree have been existing in our country or practicing in our country.
So,
No, there are some degrees.
but Donald, there's some so that we don't know, because there was one famous degree in the AA that we all knew about that they were using to prosecute people. So there are other decrees that came up with, but if they still using it, maybe we are forgotten. So he should have been bold enough to say this decree for some reason is not good for the nation. We're going to get rid of it.
Yeah,
But he just left it blank like that. So he get everybody scratching their head.
Yeah, I don't have any problem with him repealing some of those decrees because they were horrible. Some of them were very horrible. Okay, so remember that was a military government, military junta. Okay, so we call it military junta, but it's actually military junta. That was a military junta. But again, at the time they were in power, so they had to make all those laws to suit themselves. Even he, Boakai, is giving some decrees now. Just I think yesterday or the day before, or sometime recently, he made one decree. But the question is, when the PRC made those decrees, it was at the time to suit their occasion. And then as time went by, people started getting used to it. Okay, like for instance, I think the famous decree 88A when Joe made it. I don't even know what that decree was about. I don't remember. Okay, when he made that decree, it was hard for the people to take it. But as time went by, we started getting used to it. We started living by it. And again, like when they passed quick curfew, people have planned to go places, but when they pass the curfew, you find it inconvenient. But as time goes by, you start to get adjusted to it. You're supposed to be inside 6 o'clock. So if you go anywhere by 5 o'clock, you make sure you are home and all these things. So those decrees, most of them are still existing. But then people have gotten used to it. It has become like institutional laws, like, okay, yeah, it's part of us, we got to live by it. And then as time went by, the 5 years of military rule and then 5 years of Joe being president, so everything came like that. And then, people got used to it. And the succeeding governments, okay, Taylor then brought war. After the war, they came to power. And then, there was no time, not sufficient time to review some of those decrees. And then it just remained that Ellen then came, and we are, of course, we are government or nothing about even decree. All they wanted to do was to get what they could do, what they could get and get out of there and get out of there. And then Boakai is there. And the reason why Boakai is focusing on these decrees. Number one, he was in that government. He was a major in that government. Remember, all cabinet ministers were major. So he knows. He remembers it. So even if Taylor did not know all the decrees in that government, if Ellen did not know all the decrees in that government that government passed,
he should know. Yeah,
because he was part of them. That's why he want to repeal them. And I agree. But he got to tell us which one of them, because there were several, so then we'll know.
Yeah. So, Linfa, what do you make of this thing here about? You remember during the campaign, Mr. Cummings said something that Liberians didn't capture. He said, we are in a village, and there's one chorus in the village. But we take that one chorus and give it to the oldest man in the village that have no energy, and you expect us to eat. Padole, please mute.
Mute yourself, Padole, mute yourself.
Yeah, so, and he said, we have one chorus in the village, and that one chorus they take it and give it to the oldest granddaddy in the village to brush. How do we eat? So this is a situation that Liberia faced with now. The chorus was given to our older man that today, I don't know whether he confused or he does not understand what is happening. With all the experience that came on the table, he said on sorry, my internet keep going back and forth. So for the 12 years he served as vice president, Ellie Johnson were having cabinet meeting every now and then to see how her government was performing. But this old man, who now have the only callers in the village, he only have meeting once a year. So the SONA, the speech that was read yesterday, how will he know how his government is performing if he can have meeting once a year? Talk to me, Linfa, because in my workplace, every week we have meeting. Every month there's meeting. But you run the whole country and everybody reporting to you, and you meet once a year. So when somebody rests some kind of crap and give it to you, don't you know if you in that meeting every day, you know the person wrote you a crap? So this is where Cummings was saying that you have to take the owner callers and give it to the older guy in the town. And the old man always sleeping. So I don't think he have the time to read all of the things they gave you. So he just went over there and decided, okay, we're feeding 20,000 students. We now created some jobs in your own mind. So he's not aware that there's no job creation in Liberia. Linfa talk to me, Adore talk to me, so we can go to Cummings rebuttal.
You know, the thing is, the Liberian people made a decision to vote the old man based on what they call experience. But and again, people, I cannot blame the people. This is a country where we've tried everything, brother. We tried everything to the point where they brought coup. We said, okay, they finished killing all the bad people in the country. Broad daylight. Everybody saw it. That would be a lesson for other people. The same people who brought the coup and killed people, they even became worse than the people they killed. So that means nothing changed. They even get worse. They even got worse. Congo men will say worse. Then we say, okay, the people who came and killed people and said that they want to bring change, they're not doing well. So don't move them by force. This is not cool, that war, full-scale war. And people say 250,000 of our people, I don't know who are doing our statistic, but 250,000 of our people died. Granted. Some of them die for nothing. They know anything. They die for nothing. And still nothing changed. It's even gotten worse than it was before. So the Liberian people became hungry for leadership. They became hungry for good governance. And because we have tried everything that we think could bring good governance, right? The worst of them, which is war.
Mhm.
But then nothing changed. So this soft-spoken old man who have been in government from the time Charlie King was born, he comes and tells the people, so no, me, I've been here all the time and I see everything, I would say in a Liberian way, and I see everything that can happen in government, so I get that experience. You put me there. And then you have new people who come in with new ideas. But these people, they say they're not being government, so they get experience. So the Liberian people say, okay, let's try the old man with the experience. Number one, he's the elderly man in the race. Looking, Liberia is a traditional country. Looking back to our villages, if you go, you can hold PhD. Said you go by the village, that old man that he didn't go to school. You still look up to him for wisdom. So they say, okay, the old man is the elderly man in this race. Number one, he will have wisdom because he has been in government. He has seen all the mistakes that people have been making. So probably he will be able to help. Coupled with his experience, he knows where things went wrong and he knows how to fix it. So sometimes I try to blame the Liberian people when they voted Boakai, but then again, I say no. Because like I said, we all are traditional people. We know what wisdom is. Okay? And so the people's decision, it turned out to be bad, but it was based, it's justifiable that this man was supposed to be the wisest man in the house. But like you said, he seems not to be in control of anything. You could see that the speech that Omer was reading yesterday, he probably did not rehearse it. Okay? It was just written by a few guys and they say, yeah. Okay? And most of the thing they put in there, the Omer, he was reading, he got blown up at a certain point. He lost. He got to try to track himself again to get back on track. You see? So it's difficult to say. And you talk about having meeting once. I think cabinet meeting should be held because you got 12 months in a year. So you can do it quarterly. You can do it quarterly. So every 4 months or every 3 months you have one. The other 3 months you have one. The other 3 months you have one. Because what? You got to keep on the heels of your ministers. You got to keep on the heels of your appointed officials to see what they're doing. Or else they will go relax in that little corner as long as you're not on their heels. No, I serve as a middleman position in my job. I got middleman position. Now we are at the top and now way to the bottom. I'm a middleman. I got responsibility for a group of people. So those people that I have responsibility for, every morning I brief them. Even if they know what to do, I brief them. And every time I check on them because the job that they have to do, I got to make sure that they do it rightly. The quality that they sort of produce, that they do it. If you can't let them be relaxed, all of us, even if you have not been working before, but you have been student before, your teacher in kind of class or the teacher in the class, you not pay attention to you guys, you can be doing different things. So now you turn your back in the class while the teacher's standing there doing different things. So you got to keep the group that you are responsible for, you got to keep monitoring them, giving them new instruction, providing new ideas. You are the one they are looking up to, even if some of them have more ideas than you, but they look up to you as a leader. So this old man, I think his style of governance is a little bit difficult to understand. If this is the experience that the Liberian people really wanted to see, then I'm afraid to say, but I would say that the old man has failed the Liberian people. Their expectations are not being met because this doesn't look like experience to me. What I see all the time looks like somebody who is either practicing on a job or who is trying to learn on the job. So I think the women will have to do better because most of the people that go in government, especially in Liberian government, they are not going there to deliver for the Liberian people. They are going there for their own gains. Number one, they have seen in the class how other people went there and got rich overnight. And so they want to go back there and get rich as well. So you have to monitor these people. You have to keep pressing on them. You have to be on their heels, or else you'll just be there as the head of the government. Yes, you are the head, but the mean people who run in the government will be under them.
Right. Sorry, guys, my internet is playing on here. The reason why I talk about his cabinet meeting once a year, I think it's wrong, because if people working under you, you're supposed to know who performing well. That's why people do appraisal at workplaces. So if you now can determine on a monthly basis, people making report to you, say, look, because the thing is, government is business. So you want to know for your government to look good. Finance ministry, have you paid people salary? Ministry of Commerce, how much you generated this month? We want to know. Information Ministry, what are you bringing in? Agriculture Ministry. So you know that the people are doing their jobs. But if you have meeting once a year, then some kind of Joe Blow come to you, say, oh, Mr. President, we're able to build 10,000 roads, and you're not inspecting any of the roads, and you accept it, then you can't lie to the nation. So, Padre, I want you to talk on it, and then we can move to Mr. Cummings intellectually educating Boakai how to run the government. Talk to us, and then therefore you can drill out through Cummings rebuttal today.
You see, as I said to you earlier, that the old man did not do well, but the old man know what he's doing, basically, because he knows fully well that anything he does right now, nothing will happen to him either today or tomorrow. So since he had that notion, he will do whatever he feels to enrich himself, because this is the opportunities that he might be looking for, and he got it. So when he leaving from there, he should leave from there with something that he will leave with his children, so they can be poor anymore. But fail to realize, past administration, we see their children there. How the end today. One like Tokman has so many property. Even agriculture ministry on Cinco there, all will belong to Tokman. So many property. Even they found that he had in Bon County was a massive farm. At the end of the day, the children then have to sell it to charity. So all these things then, people don't learn lesson. So if you govern your country the best way, your children then can be proud to live among the people, even if you are not existing as a leader or a living body. But our people, we the human being, I don't know, we are kind of animals that we're quick to forget. All these things that happen in the human history for people to learn. But yeah, still we don't learn. What Mr. Boakai is doing, every statement he made when he was coming, he deviated from it. He said good thing. He said, I'm here to rescue the country. Rescue the country from in who hand? He said, we are killing the people, at the same time looting the country, misusing the administration of presidency. So I need to come and rescue the country from in here. The people say, oh, he's a very good old man, and he's been very humble and blah blah blah. You take it and give it to him. You see what he doing? He ran one single car, $1 million. Now he's going around, he doing things the way he feels doing, and he know nothing going to happen to him. That's why I can say this thing. So obviously, the people that can punish such of people is the citizen themselves. The citizens have the power to punish these people. They have the power to petition for impeachment through their lawmaker, and they have the power to exercise restraint during the election, remove the person from there. But even you remove him from there, nothing going to happen to him. He already finished loot the country. He got the cash in his pocket. So we have to look at something we call the clause within the Constitution to charge the people after when they leave the power, to pre-charge the people. But we shouldn't leave them to go.
Pardon, I want to put something there before. Yeah. Pardon, let me throw something there so you and Leaf can chime me on this. Impeachable offense. The president, from the beginning of last year, he told us that because of the arrest agenda, one of his friends of billionaire decided to give him 35 yellow machine. And then later on, we realized it was not friend anymore. That machine came to the country, they packed it at the barrel. Then later on, found out that they were going to pay $85 million for X amount of yellow machine. Then today we found out that some projects started in 4 years. The government then speculated that they spent $10 million. His nephew built that property. He said he had no clue of it. But in the SONA yesterday, he said he know about the project now. He owned the project. The project is being funded by Liberia. So all of these contradictions. So where the money came from? It's not impeachment offense by lying to the people, that you use the people money or building a project that you last for Mano River Union, that the Mano River Union have no clue of. Then today now he accepted that he was aware. He lied to us, he had no knowledge. So in the house, should the legislature not be looking at the Omen lies to bring it to a book, live for and pardon them more?
Let me come in, then Liver will come in, please. Listen, Mr. Chilople, events taking place is something that to teach people a lesson, to understand the aftermath of the event. The old man, he got full control over judicial, he got full control over legislative right now. The speaker of the house, he is the head of the branch we call representative of our country. The impeachment procedure starts from there to the Senate. The Senate that he got daughter. Through his influence, the lady got that Senate pro of temple of Senate position. The speaker from him, he made sure enforce the speaker on the people. Every bill that go before the speaker got to endorse it before the impeachment procedure is supposed to take place. The men who were there were not part of his party. You could do the right thing, maybe. Because that man even came out and said that anything the old man bring to him, he will concur with it. But he never trust he never trust that man. Because that man from one party to another, he never trust him. So he said they make him don't make anything. So the best thing is to kick him out. But how can the fight hard to get him out? So that is the man that you're talking about. How possible for such a man to be impeached by the present government? So I'll leave it with Mr. Linford to comment.
Well, Padre, you wouldn't have said it right then that, it's no way right now.
Yeah, Linford, you are muted, please.
There's no way right now that the president can be impeached if you look at the fact that the speaker that is there was literally manufactured by the president himself. People spent over 6 months trying to push his speaker on the people, forcing on the people. They spent huge amount of state funds to organize, execute, and propagate the removal of Speaker Kofa so that they will put this Kunga. And it wasn't a mistake. It was not coincidental. It was not anything like, something that happened mistakenly. There's something that they planned. And, there was something that everybody kept saying during the Weah administration that we were, appointing people trying to make himself solidify a position in government or hold grip on the government, but Boakai did it well. And this is part of the experience that the Liberian people did not know. That this owner, he knows all the little tricks. He knew from the onset, guys. I'm sorry for the noise in my background. I'm really sorry. But he knew that one area where he could solidify his position or his grip on government is to have direct control over the legislature. And how does he do that? He starts with the with the with the with the sorry, I'm being distracted. He starts with with the representatives. Make sure that Kofa is removed because Kofa was from the CDC. Kofa is removed and put Kunde. Then the next thing is they only had the opportunity now to appoint a new chief justice. That is the judiciary. So in any case, that's why even all the election thing that people are talking about now, I foresee big problem coming at the end of the election. Okay, because the chief justice that is there now is the woman I appointed him. Okay, and then so if this election comes, and even if the election is close, let's say the difference is just 1%, and they have to go to runoff, people will do everything to hijack it. When the opposition goes to court, the chief justice will overrule it. So we are in big trouble, but Liberian people not seeing it. And for me, you know, I'm very careful when I look at some of these things. I go back to record. I go back to such records as to what have happened before. And Liberian people, they take it for fun, especially the now generation, the young people, the first time voter, the few people, the people who were born in the 90s or maybe after the war, they don't even know anything. What they see now is what they know. So we that saw the war, we that lived pre-war, it's time for us to put our heads together. And I'm talking directly to the voters. Because if we make the mistake, we're going to be in something that we cannot come out easily. And then we'll begin to ask ourselves, how do we come here? When we know where we are going right now, we know exactly where we are going. This is a government, or this is a president that has done everything possibly long ahead. This is the experience that the old man has built on. I mean, has built on long ahead. He knows exactly what to do between now and 2029. You know, that 4 more years. Just in 2 years' time, see what the old man did. He got the judiciary, he got the legislature. Okay, so one more. Look at all the people. Look at normally that is supporter. Look at people like Dylan, people who are on key committees. Foreign affairs, Dylan is foreign affairs. Okay, look at all that. So nothing. We are heading for something that people are not looking at. The thing that Donald Trump doing, Boakai is a soft version of it. He's not going to attack other people, but maybe when the time comes, he'll do it. So people are not paying attention. People are not paying attention. We say, looking at, oh, no, the economy, everything is okay, the building road. But my friend, time will come that all that thing they're talking. Yesterday, I heard you talking about rule of law. When you got police, your police are going to kill crazy men. They got incompetent. They say the man was mentally deranged. And the bullet riddled the man. According to the story I heard from the mother, you can, if you hold the guy party already, you can see through him. Crazy man, somebody who you could just maybe subdue, but the bullet riddled him and nothing came from it. Every day they find dead body all in the town. Now I'm not saying that the government should go and be checking on everybody. No, but if you catch the perpetrators, you got rapists walking around free because they say CC footage did not show or DNA did not confirm and all these things. And who did the DNA? All they wanted. No rule of law. And the old man, he said he will repeal some of the decrees made by the PRC. I know this one was not a decree, but it was a law that all government officials, especially the president, if he steals or if he does anything wrong while he's in office, he cannot be reprimanded. He cannot be punished. I hope he can repeal that part of the law, but he will not touch it. Trust me. Because in 2 years' time, this old man has built himself an empire. You know, I heard him talking yesterday about the project in Lofa, in Foya. Hell no. Why Foya? Why Foya? You come from Foya, Mr. President. Why Foya? Tell me. Why Foya? If such project has to be done, why Foya? Now, you can't tell me, say, you doing it because Foya is a border, is in a border country. Nima County is a border country. Grand Jida County is a border country. Nima County is
One country also. One country also.
One county is a border county. Maryland is a border county. What the other place? Rabos, I mean, or Grand Cayman. So we got a lot of border counties because because if you say that for peace, instead of putting it in your town, or even if you put it in Lufa, but not in your town, and he had the audacity to tell a library a long time ago that he didn't know about the project. Even no, the unborn child would not believe it. If he were pregnant, the baby they would me would not believe it. Because guess what? You are the president in your home. Now, if I go to Lufa, I start stealing chicken, the president will hear they say, one making here, yes, stealing you. If I go and pour fire on one house, they'll say, oh, one making a burning house. So somebody will go and break ground. The person will not planting one tree to say that they you get tree in the ground left. Break whole ground, whole compound, several acres. And then you say you do well, but somebody please mute yourself, somebody mute yourself. I don't mute yourself, maybe are you?
No, they're not me though.
Oh, it's a you?
It
Okay.
could be Paul.
Yeah, okay, it's okay now. So tell me, how the Omer takes a librarian to be that we are full? That you are the president, you supposed to be the president, and you say something is happening in your town, not anywhere else in the country, but in your town, and you say you don't know about it. Only for you to come back yesterday and tell the librarian people that is a government project. So you can see all the lies. But when opposition talking, you'll say, oh, because they're in opposition. But like people, you're not looking at what we are, what some are looking at. Some are looking far beyond. These things that are happening now, if we do take precaution, we'll see a greater version in the future. In the next 4 years, not distant future, in the next 4 years, you will be struggling. You will be struggling with certain things that you're not supposed to struggle with. The Henry Costa said, make it all. So we listen. I'm sorry, I got cool. Make it all. We'll tussle and listen. But I can only warn the library people that what we're looking at now, it will multiply. And it's going to develop into something beyond our normal human understanding. And we'll be, I know library people will be talking again, hey, and we are no. Library man, they will not take precaution. They will always say, hey, if I know before. If I know, that I can say library, if I know before, I'm not going to do it. But right now, it's still fun. And they say the thing that is fun to a little boy is there to frog. Whilst people are looking ahead, for some of us, we're looking ahead. This thing that the old man started on a soft note is going to escalate. There will be no election like Liberia. People will just go outside to say they're going to have election. Whoever wins, if it is not a unity party, they will hijack it. This is a man who was not president. He was just running. And then he threatened the whole country that if he doesn't win, they will point Liberia down. There will be no Liberia. So if this mayor is president now, and another person go and wins him at the ballot box, you think Liberia will survive? So when we're talking about, people will not listen. They'll say, oh, the opposition to me, if we are not in government, I don't live in Liberia, and I've never ever worked for government. If I ever worked in government building, that was the Ministry of Internal Affairs, when we were right opposite, I don't know where is it now. Oh, I don't know where is it, but when we were right opposite CDV King, at the time Edward Kumusaga was minister, I think 1981 or 1982, one of those years, or 1981, one of those years, I did vacation job. Vacation job, that's all. That the closest I ever went to government. I have not worked in government, but I know things that can happen in government. This particular government that we're looking at, it will create problem for Liberia. And today is what? The 27th of January. I'm saying it. Some people, and it's good that we got records. That all these things will be recorded. They are recorded. They will be there for records. And some people who can remember, they will trace it and say, yeah, we heard it before. The mayor was not president. The mayor threatened that if he doesn't win, there will be no Liberia. Now that he's president, you think somebody going to win him? No way. No way. We got to straight talk. And if anybody has to win election, that person must win with 60, 70, 80% margin. If you go closer, where they say it's too close to call and then you got to go for second round, they will overrule it. Where you go to the court, Nyaming Bese is there. Where you go? To the lawmakers, who is there? Nobody can get there. So when you go, there is no escape for Liberian people. We are in serious, serious, serious death. Until you can think, put on your thinking cap. For Liberians, we are like this. We never think. We can't hear move from there. Liberian American, hear never mind. You can't hear move from there. No. He says stop, move from there. It's not good. They will not hear it. But never mind. Yeah, that one we can hear. So, Padre, I know you be around for a while, and you know, and you look at some of these dangerous signals that we are getting now, where the man who is president now was not president, and he threatened the country. Now that he's president, what do you think such a man can do?
Yeah, you see, the best. That's why I keep on saying the doctors for this kind of problem we have is the inhabitants of the country, the citizens themselves, supposed to stand friendly to start some of the team then. So, but like what you said earlier, it's true. Liberia were running during the past administration of two-way party. Two-way parties run the country for over 100 years. The country was stable, but many of the indigenous citizens were not enjoying the right as a bona fide citizens of a nation under the administration of two-way party. But life was stable for the people. But people were not enjoying the right as a bona fide citizens of the country. Then we got angry, we removed that party. We say there's too much of discrimination in the administration. And the people were corrupt. They were buying house in America here and then, taking money to Geneva, all this kind of stuff. Come up with a lot of story and remove them from there. Put 11 men on the pole, execute them publicly to show as a deterrent. Less than 5 years, my brother. Those that did that, as you know, Linford, those that did that showed the Liberian people that we come to clear the corruption out of the system of our country, became worse than ever. And while they were doing it, they came to a state that no one could even talk. Their behavior, whatever they're doing, no one could talk. When he said, they say, there's nothing you're talking here. Because I was in the government at that time. We were down the line. We were honor the people. We used to hear them saying, when anybody come up, any critic come up and criticize the behavior of the government at that time, they caution, they will ask you. When common people were there, did you used to say this? You can't remember you're locking up.
Yeah, but let's make it short and let's come to the point.
I'm trying to make it short. Yeah,
but the big question I ask is, do we see the DRO signs that is
that the element that brought the DRO sign? This is the one I'm trying to tell you, so you can be aware.
I don't know all of that.
Including you know it, because you even explained just now how you started. You understand? The integration of the problem, Liberian problem. You say now here you know it. You emphasize on it. You said it. You understand what I'm saying? So these are the kind of problem we've been having. What can we do to eradicate from this kind of mess? Is for the citizen to stand friendly and choose a rightful person to take the lead. The person who have the feeling for the country and he have the potential to make impossible possible. Smoothly for the Liberian people. Should not be a liar. Truthful person. We're supposed to value the people's character before we give them leadership. That is not happening. Someone who isn't able to maintain and manage his own body, his own affair, his own family, then you take the country, you take the country, you give it to that person, or you take the country, you give it to that person. You understand what I'm saying? These are the problems we have. Many people in a law house, they could not even manage themselves. We make them lawmaker. So these are some of the things that we need to look at. Going down the line to the president. The president make a lot of irregularity statement before he became president. We still agree and we take the leadership, we give it to him. So whatever that person do right now, who will you blame? For God's sake. No one. Blame yourself. That's what I can say.
Blame yourself. Look, my internet is playing. I want Linford to come up because this is what I want all to end this topic tonight with the solution to Liberian problem. Mr. Cummings said something today, and I don't know how Linford need to take us through what Mr. Cummings said. It's quite interesting that he mentioned the situation. This, if you look at what on the screen, Nepadoli, these are some quote that came from the PEL today. Liberia may be grow on paper, but too many Liberians are still hungry. Padoli?
Yeah.
The economy is growing on paper. We get over 70,000 jobs on paper. But too many Liberians are still hungry. They sleep with hunger.
Yeah, but that's a reality.
And you have a solution.
That's a reality.
That's the fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah,
it's happening.
It's happening.
Yes.
So, a Cummings came up with a solution today that the government should take you from what he said, that you cannot be in darkness without electricity. You not have anything doing. So the solution to Linford, I know you watched Mr. Cummings' speech today, and it's quite interesting that he didn't only go to critique, but he came up with a solution to the government. I'm giving you a solution that you can run with to help you. What an honest man. Let's talk about Mr. Cummings. Other politicians won't do that. That will make things hell for the government, or will have the answer. But he said, no, you're doing it wrong. This is how you go about doing it. You cannot say you want to have jobs, manufacturing company in the country, you get electricity to start with. So let's focus, let's spend money on electricity. Let's look at solar farm. Let's look at, there's so many rivers in Liberia. Instead of depending on one grade, let pull or down in some of these areas, key areas that will all have electricity, but all electricity will not function. He offering solution to the problem. Talk to me, Linford, Epadoli.
Well, I'll tell you something interesting. Maybe you will not buy the idea, or you will not believe what I'm telling you. These people, the Unity Party people, they will not listen to Mr. Cummings. They will not take his advice. You know the reason why? They don't want to say, well, they got clues from Mr. Cummings. In as much as what he said, they know is true, and it can help raise the morale of their government. They will not want to do it. And guess what? It's good. Why is it good? It's good because they will remain adamant. They will not want to take advice from Mr. Cummings, and their government will not succeed the way it should be if they take that advice. And so what happens? If the Liberian people are smart enough, they will say, well, all the tiny government in power didn't do nothing. So we got to try different people. And I will tell you something, Liberian people, they're funny people. Liberian people, if you know any fine girl, they're Liberian people. The fine girl, you run beyond when she agree for you. When you mess up, she'll leave. She say, man, that's real. My friend, you go or you come down. That girl will not look at you. You'll be like she not see before. If you know a Liberian girl thing you're talking about, find Liberian girl there. That Liberian people. Eh? What they did? The people say Ellen Johnson avoid all the government in the world or in Liberia. They'll try her. They try her 2 times. Then they say Georgia. They may play football. They may get the country at heart. The whole country they may have. Don't try him. They try we are. What happy? They say no. You're not ready there. Don't bring the paper with the experience. The paper with the experience. You see the kind of experience the paper using? Rogue experience. Paper will come look at your Liberian people and tell you say the project are going on in the boy. A whole president boy know nothing. Even though it happened in my home, boy know nothing about it. Then after a few weeks, he turned around. He can tell you in an annual report. Say, oh, that project, that government project, I don't know which government, whether that United Party government or a different government. Because if you are president for this government, you say you know about that project in your own home. Then later on, you can tell us, say, you know about it. You're about it. Like, people, you're not looking. No, let me tell you. My father used to give me one parable. He said, if you don't know how to count 2, just look on good here. You see 1 year, that 2 right there. Yeah, you see 1 year, that 2. If you don't know what they call 2. So, like people, you're not careful. Then look at you in the face. He said he know about that project in Lofa. Oh, even all the Christian people in Lofa know about that project, but now the president, who the president for the whole country. Then yesterday he come by and say, yeah, that government project. And he say the project is for man. I mean, the government project for man and reward. Why didn't they in different countries? When I made that president again, that project will be a thing. Where you go tell him, you say, oh, you used to say that government project will come in again, you're not again. That Jojo the house there, the grandchildren there, all of them name on that house. They not made a will. You don't know. And Paul, you are not here was saying something. That this man, when that president he was running against we are, he threatened the entire country that he doesn't win, Liberia will burn. Liberia will be no more. So now that this man is president, you think who can win easily? When he get the judiciary under control, Yamin Bese is there. He get the House of Representatives under control, who is there? The Senate, Yamin is there. So what in level you Liberian people? The whole government of Boakai property, the whole Liberia now, property you don't know. You'll be running around with your bono or your running. Me, I can say, hey, nobody will like it. I will say, hey, you'll be running again with your bono or your hair when you can prevent it right here at the ballot box. Time for election, you'll go and vote. You'll vote the old man out. It's better. No, snake is not a pet.
But okay, lean forward. Yeah. Before my internet broke. I want to go back to the Cummings issue because there's something he did. He may not only offer solution, but he how to call it, intellectually was teaching Joseph Boakai, this is how you should run a country. Politically, he elected Joseph Boakai with a very smart way of doing it. You the best, we put you there to serve us. But everything on the paper you say is growing, but the people hungry. That is an insult to a president intelligently that you lie. So he didn't tell you say you lie, but they say, oh man, to be honest, you get it on paper, but in reality, the people hungry. So it means you lying to the people. So do it this way intelligently. I want you to do it this way. Take my advice. The reason why they will take some, I will tell you the reason why. After 50 years in government, Boakai had no clue of what they call ecotourism. It was a Joe local Cummings that came said, look, to make money in Liberia, let's have ecotourism. And today in the arrest journal, what they did, the ecotourism there. So the advice Cummings gave them, if they're smart enough, because they have no agenda, I think they should take this advice and run with it as their agenda for the next 4 years, because they don't have agenda. He gave them good solution, what to do. He talked about the agriculture, how they must handle agriculture. He explained everything in the simplest far way that they could run with. So he intelligently insulted them and educated them. That's what I want to drop to before any show.
Thank you. Listen, let me say something here. Uh, I told you earlier, before Linford came in, I said any advice Mr. Cummings gave to Unity Party, they will not take it. I said it to you before, and Linford said the same thing. The reason is simple and clear. They don't want Mr. Cummings to take the credit. If Mr. Cummings gave them any good advice, they take it right now, and it work, citizens will know that because of Mr. Cummings, tell them this, they do it. So for this reason, they don't want to do it. Even because the citizens to suffer, they prefer that to take that good advice to make the citizens to benefit. I want you to bear that in your mind. So the one that you just said will even make them more angry to take Mr. Cummings' advice, you know, and to take it. I mean, to go against it, because intelligently he tell them they are novice. You don't know what they're doing. You need to do things like this. So they will look at it from that perspective. They will not listen to Mr. Cummings' advice. So
And
that is a fact.
they will not, like I say again, and that's the best reason part of the game, because they will think that the Liberian people will say, oh yeah, if Cummings we're not going to tell them, they will not do it. But again, like I said, it's good that they will not take it. You see, they will rather die hard. See, they will rather die hard. I mean, speaking idiomatically. So even if they take a Paul, they have, like you said, they have no plan. So Paul, you come to me. You say, my man, you can build 10-room house. You give me the idea. Even if I take it, but I don't have a plan for that. Does that help me? No. So they got no. What Mr. Cummings say is true. They want the senses are, but they will not. Number one, they don't have a plan. So even if they take it, where do they start from? There's no blueprint. There is no vision. Anything any man wants to do, you got to visualize it. You got to dream. You got to ladder, think about it. You got to have a picture in your head. Even if you want to marry a woman, you got to look at it. You got to start thinking. Imagine the woman supposed to look like this, you know, create that picture in your mind. Then you start working on it. Anything you want to do. So the people, once is not part of that their agenda, whether they take you, it will still not help them because they don't have the plan. They don't know where to start from. But I know primarily they will not take it because of what they don't want Mr. Cummings to take the credit, and so they will let
this old man SONA is the most talked about SONA that in recent years that we have seen, even the George we are, but the old man SONA, it just shows that everybody now convinced that the old man is a liar. And this guy want to stay in power because based on the SONA yesterday is damaging, and to repair that damage, Cummings gave the solution. You said the economy is growing, but the reality is Mount Mary in West Point cannot eat. So how do you make Mount Mary to eat? He tell you this is how you do it. So if you're smart enough, why can't you just pick it up and run with it? That's what I'm saying. Unless you say, oh, I'm stubborn for nothing, but this thing it hurting us, the people can use it to kick us out. Remember, George Weah, it was in the first 2 years that people have already decided that we get rid of George Weah. The way they know about the old man, he's a liar, and there's so many things that involve the old man. Remember the $1.1 million bulletproof car? He said if he can round wheelbarrow to work, he will do it. He lied, he ended right. He said you're not going to ride private jet. What happened? He went to private jet. Now, George Weah paid for the now calling media. What the old man said, this is not right. You are going to prosecute George Weah. The old man waiting for you and spent $10 million. So nothing positive about him. So now, to build something good that people say, all right, the old man lied, but this is the good thing now. Man, able to pull 2 cups of rice on the fire for children to eat every week or every day, I think it will help it. So why don't you take Mr. Cummings' advice? Yeah, the country benefit. It's not, you got to swallow your pride for the people you came to serve. And that's my point. I understand why you guys think, because they will not want to do it, but they stole something from Cummings, the tourism bid, they stole it. It was not part of Boakai any agenda when he came and said, rules. He never had anything about tourism, but he saw some logic in it, he stole it. So why can he just steal the other idea Cummings giving him for the sake of the people of Liberia? That my advice to the so-called Unity Party that have no agenda. Gentlemen, to be fair here.
I think, well,
Go up and don't say it.
we all saying the same thing, and what I can say in this thing here is this: it's simple. No matter whatever we say here, the people are the best person to take the appropriate action for implementation is the people on the ground. And is it the people on the ground ready to take action? Because I'm not seeing it in there. You don't have to get on the street to demonstrate violently. You can peaceful march. You can protest. You can protest. One person can even protest. 10% can protest. Thousands of millions of people can protest peacefully. But some of the protests can be solicit the signature for impeachment through the House of Representatives. But how possible is that? No, because the man who is there is a regime speaker. And there's no impeachment process can go on if the speaker did not give the go ahead to be put on the floor. It's not possible. And the man who is there is a regime. Look at all the criticism that came out about the man criminal behaviors and marry his sister according to himself. All this kind of thing just to obtain a resident permit in America, all this thing there. He stay in the power. He still refused to resign. And the president know that this man's character is completely damaged. But the president never even asked him, he said, Mr. Man, you're spoiling my administration reputation. I think it would be better you step aside. He's not doing it because he knows that's the person who will protect him whatever he's doing. So, gentlemen, I will say that.
Yeah.
And that's it. I'm not going to say more than that. Because we all seen it. We all are mature people to see the realities on the ground. Politics is now about, is a day-to-day activity of a human being. So right now, the day-to-day activities of them is to protect one another criminal emperor. So they will continue until their administration is finished. If the Liberian people does not fight hard to impeach them, if they allow them to wait for the next general election, maybe the Liberian people can decide. So look here, like what Linford said, they will say, oh, we try all these people, we try all the experiment. I think we can go this place. So that's what I can say, gentlemen. If you don't mind, I would like to quit because I'm going to work early in the morning.
We are just almost about to close, but let me get read this simple. It's too small on the screen, but it says here it's Mr. Cummings, one of Mr. Cummings' statement that was just quoted here. It says the state of the nation must be measured by the fullness of the stomach, the safety of the community, and the dignity of work.
Yeah.
You got that? Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take it down. I take it down, then I'll read it again. The state of the nation must be measured by the fullness of the people's stomach, the safety of the community, and the dignity of work. That's when you can say, well, the state is better, the economy is better. Now, tell me, you got thousands of people going to bed hungry. Yeah? You got fathers going to work. When they come from work, they don't bring anything home. You got models go to sell in the market. Nobody buys from them because no money. If they carry something, they got to bring it back home. And they end up eating what they're selling for survival. So they get broke. And business concept tells us that you as a business owner, you are quite different from your business. So if you're selling color, you make 10 color, and each of them will be 10 cents. That 100, I mean that $1 right there. So the 10 color that you make is different from you as the owner. If you eat one of them, instead of getting $1, you get 90 cents. You see it?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So the business people carry the goods in the market, they don't buy it. So then they bring it back and eat it. So they are losing. You see it? They are losing. So how can you say the economy is good? The state of the nation is so good. You provide. How useful is a job? That's what Mr. Cummings also said. Dignity of work. How useful is a job? I wake up in the morning. I walk from Douala to Broad Street. Then I work. I go home. After 1 month, I can't get paid. So how useful is that job to me? No dignity. Then you got few people who are enjoying. The moment you get more, you see, you know a piece right away. The moment you get there, I was like right from the airport, and they were trying that nonsense. We stand on the land, then they say they get special kind of VIP. You see a VIP, then they are colorful, long, jelly. They say that VIP, then they cut in front of the land. So I want to join the land. One of them was I say I'm a VIP too. I'm a European, so you can't let people. So oh, my man, when you can't get more I say I'm pardon by laws, but why about people in Europe we get VIP don't pass the simple pass. We stand on the land, then you're bringing people in front of you see that VIP, the VIP, different. All the airport have been traveling Europe and Asia everywhere. Me and VIP, they can't be on the scene now. So they be on the scene line will be in that VIP. We are seeing. You see, so that you have few people enjoying and no few people that are enjoying. So they say, yeah, the country is good because they're part balling.
All right, guy.
Okay, Padole.
Yeah, Padole, thank you.
All right, man.
Yeah. So you see, Paul, that's what Mr. Cummings is saying. You must have a job that has dignity. And what is the dignity of a job? It's not the title, it's not the office you're sitting in, but what you're working for. At the end of the day, your family should have something to eat. But you can't be working, you don't get paid. So what I will not call you.
But hold on. I want you to stress only one because you're talking about dignity and job. He said something today in his rebuttal that the legislature, the executive, they write big cars, but the solution is to stop writing the big cars so the money can go to the poor man that don't have food to eat. He's telling them. So I mean, the whole government, he went after them today intelligently.
Paul, listen to me.
Yes.
No, people will not take a fast from Mr. Cummings. Number one.
I agree. Yeah. That was saying he cleverly, yeah. He cleverly shouted there.
Darren Dillon want to get all his immunity out.
So that is the point we're making.
Yeah, and normally we want to give her immunity out. Cool.
No, they will not do it.
But you think you'll get an opportunity or no? So they will not do it.
But this is why he said, oh, on paper, y'all say the thing growing. It grow on paper. But the trickle down effect is not there. So the root cause of it outlaw it. Joseph bought around $1.1 million car for Crescent, sell that car. Yeah, my GFK benefit. This you get telling them like you're doing something wrong here, it's very bad. And this is what Liberians should be looking at. And something you said, because they enjoy so much, they will not want to leave power. So they will do everything in their power to an election not go where they can even break the election, say you're taking the Supreme Court and nothing will come from it. So I agree with you on that. Because this are the group of people we're dealing with. Yeah.
Exactly. That's what I am looking at. See, for me, no, let me tell you, Paul, when you and myself walking, maybe we're walking from one village to another. We're walking on the road, and I looking at the road, I'm looking at it, where we're going, imagining where we're going. I always little thing far ahead. That's why sometimes when me and people doing things with SONA, we're not on the same page. Because not that I'm so smart, but I think long time, fast, very fast. I try to be ahead of everything that I do, even ahead of myself sometimes. So now I ask myself, why am I doing this? Or why should I do this? Or, look at the signals on the wall. I mean, just in 2 years' time, what the public have done, just 2 years' time, he made sure he took complete control of all the government, the 3 branches of government. Okay? He did it intelligently. You see it? Very intelligently. And you are lucky that he became president before Saneyo retired. See it? Because if Saneyo had retired during we time, we would have appointed a chief justice. And I don't know how you're going to move that chief justice. You're probably not going to do something to remove him, but at least he made sure, and that was the easiest that he could do, to appoint a new chief justice, which he did very easily. The only one that would have been a hurdle was the speaker. But then he used enough money to buy the people in the house. There is something posted today. Let me see if I can find that thing. I'll read it. And it's about Winston Churchill. Okay, I still remember. Winston Churchill said something that one time he was supposed to go to the BBC. I'm not telling you what money can do, right? The power of money. He was supposed to go to the BBC for interview as Prime Minister. So he decided he's not running a car. He took taxi. So when he took a taxi, he got there about 1 hour before time. So he told the taxi driver, "No, I want you to wait for me 1 hour time. I will come back." So you are like, "When I come back, I'll pay you." He said, then the taxi driver said, "No, just pay me what you have. I mean, my transport, my fare." Because the taxi driver knew that Winston Churchill was supposed to go to BBC for an interview, but he knew that Winston Churchill, he drove.
He didn't know him, yeah.
Yeah. So Winston Churchill said, "Okay, well, I'll give you," because the money that you're supposed to pay was small. So he said, "I'll give you £10. Then the taxi driver said, "Okay, yeah. Then if you give me £10 now, I'll wait for you. That Winston Churchill man can go to hell. I will listen to you another time." So Winston Churchill turned around to him and he waited for him until Winston Churchill was finished with the interview. When he came, I said, "Have you seen Winston Churchill?" He said, "No, it's me." And the taxi driver was like, So you see, why can't they use money to buy the house? And now the same people they use the money on that time. Now I heard somebody say, "Oh, Kun is not doing this, Kun is doing this." And I was just laughing. They do money. Money has been the problem in our country. And it's all because of poverty. Poverty. Because the people are poor. My friend, Paul, you think all the people that are running to go be in government, you think they're going there to serve you or to serve the people?
No, they're going to get rich. Yeah,
because they are seeing it. Look at Boakai. Boakai, who was literally incapacitated. Look at Infoya. See that structure they put in. And the children will be rich forever. But I'll tell you one thing. Come on, house away.
Live for. I want to talk on this one. The president got 4 more years, right? To give State of the Nation address. Get 4 more years. So in the 5th year, he could give State of the Nation address. Say the place in Foya now, the government of Liberia has given it to him as a retirement home. So he become older now because now he says it's owned by Liberia.
But Paul, he even got to say that. Listen to me.
Okay.
At the end of the term, he can go and sit down and take that place. This law in that do them in the constitution that says you cannot prosecute the president. That guy Ellen Johnson and his children are going free today about the Nukati. So the woman can go and take a place and sit down. What you do, and when you're talking about repealing some of the laws from the PRC, that should be one of the laws. That if the president or any government official does anything, whether you are in office, You can be impeached, you can be prosecuted. And if you leave office, they can say go after you and impeach you. You think why job we are there moving around today? See job we are condominium free. So the Boakai when he built.
So I think that's when the journalist should push the old man. Yeah, he explained to her which are the decree that he's talking about.
But nobody did not think about it. You know,
Okay.
Again, I don't want to be quick to pass judgment on my colleagues, journalists. The thing is, sometimes people get carried away. And yesterday, that event, of course, is not a press conference where you go ask the president question, no. But I think the journalists should start raising the issue. Like how raising it, flagging it, like how flag, because you can't kind of tell the people say, oh, I will cancel most of the decrees. Which ones? We don't know.
But before, it was the very journalists that raised the FOIA property. They brought it up. No, people are in the dark. And when the news started going on, they forced the government. So the same journalists cannot stop telling you about which decree they're talking about.
Yeah, that's
which decree or create some. Yeah.
It should be the duties of the journalists now to flag that issue, to continue pumping it, and probably at the Ministry of Information, regular press briefing. Of course, Jeremy Mepia will not say anything about it because you know nothing. You know, people like Jeremy Mepia, sometimes they say different things about the government, and the government is doing different things. You see, or they bought why Daniel Sanoki and said the project, our ECOWAS project. Now from ECOWAS, the kingdom, wait a minute, you know. So you see, this is a disjointed government. Everybody wake on one morning or receive some telephone call or they check Facebook pages. And the government is literally running on Facebook. The government is literally running on the internet. Trust me, they are disjointed. They are disorganized, totally disorganized, because the president does not know a thing. This is a man who will come to the nation in Tennessee. I don't know. Doesn't he know that coming back yesterday in his State of the Nation address to tell the people that project is a government project, doesn't know that he has flopped? He flopped because you told the people that he didn't know about it. So when did you get to know? You know,
in fact, this is my point. I said, George, we are government in the first 2 years. That's what destroyed the government. This project in Florida that the president now have owned, the yellow machine that coming that they've been breaking about the yellow machine. And we know that yellow machine not going to build roads. We know that unless people in Labrador don't have a clue. The yellow machine is dead. He said it in his speech yesterday. If you pick it up, to maintain the dusty roads. That's what the yellow machine for. So each county will have two. So that means throughout the year, that's why we gave them two. When one break down, they'll have the other one to just break down the road smoothly, the dusty road. They're not going to build no roads. So we know that the purpose of that yellow machine. So when people traveling on the dusty road say, yeah, the road smooth. Before the car used to be stuck in mud. That's the whole idea. The government from yesterday, the owner have proven to the nation that his government has been completely damaged. It's beyond repair now, so they can they lie to government, they will continue lying. So it's all based on lies. And you know when you lie on something, you cannot say the fact you continue lying. So that continuation of lying is the one that will cripple them more. So the next SONA again, you will come up with another lies. You muted.
No, I'm not muted. You can hear me?
I'm hearing you.
You know, when I think about the government, I think about when we were beginning. You go to desk, you see the fine guy, you start lying to the guy. My father did, my father done. So now maybe your group of, because when I begin, you know, when 3-4 boys were in our room, the boss room. So we'll go to the show that us. We'll go, oh, so now you get girlfriend, your girlfriend won't come with you. Then you start finding excuse. My father will see people to the hall. Oh, you cannot lie that because you know when they get that they government, they lie to the Liberian people. Time to governor, they know what to do. So the young women here looking for walking away. They check around, they say, I'll try the one, maybe we'll catch. The first lie was no car will get stuck in a row in
Yeah.
Liberia. Then you even get a yellow machine here. Then you start hustling for yellow machine, but you already told the person no car will get stuck. And 2 years that car been getting stuck. So what would be now? Your own project, you said that man road, your project, I got that government project, then your president deny it, then later you come back. I think they call him the same as the president, don't be your team. Go and send it here. Now I say the government is disjointed. You know what they can do? They can just call each other. The other one call the one and say, my man, so what we talk about? Then Jerry may pay out, take a phone, say, we know what to talk about. What we talk about? You got people there, Anthony Kessler there, and yeah, the president.
You're right. You're right, Lefa. You're right. Let wrap up, man. But upon all,
yeah. No, I think the government needs to step up. The government needs to do well, and you know, it's hard for the government until you are in government. You will not know it's hard for them. I know what they can go through. I mean, Paul, you were president for the. I mean, you were the chairman for ANC Europe. You know, every little administration get its own problem. See? Yeah. All administration got problem, but the way you, like I said before, the way you will try to handle your problem and solve it, approach your problem is what matters. But if you think you lie, you will lie your way through, but you're not allowed to reach. It's not possible.
Yeah.
Okay? So I think it was a good show, and I want to also recognize a few of the people that signed on here tonight. Albert Innes, I think this is the first time I recognize his name. The former OK Nye and Nathaniel Honda. Those are all new names on the Bottomline Library discussions. And also, of course, Chadela Brown Triple is always here. Gerald Chaka Lloyd, Sensi Kiari, Doris Tanya Thompson, of course, Stephen Carley. And a lot of other people that came on here tonight. Let's see if we can get most of them. Yvette Cephas is always with us. Then Ellis Panto, another new one. And he asking whether we think we know more than the Liberian people. I understand your question. I would know more than the Liberian people. What you know, we know what you know, and you know what we know.
But we also Liberians, so
in that puzzle for all to know more than all the Liberian people, and they know what we know too. And Joseph Harvey is also here. And Joseph Harvey said we are chokers. Good, we are chokers. But it was good that you came, Joe. Come next week, or we'll be here. Today's Tuesday. Come this Friday. Friday we're going to be here again at 8 o'clock Liberian time. So come and listen to the jokers and be a part of the joke. You know, it's good.
Before you know what can happen when you support somebody and the person done something wrong, you know how to defend them. The only thing you can just insult. That's the whole thing about it. But the owner is a liar, and we all know that. And if Unity Party people don't accept it, we know the truth. The owner lied. Let me summarize the whole thing about the owner lying. The owner lied to us.
Wait, summarize. Let me ask more into the lie part. Yeah, the owner who say
no, you can't. Wait, you can't, because I saw something I heard.
Let's see
that the owner lie, and I want to answer because I'm going to build a thing about it. How Joseph Boakai can lie. His lie is not small lie.
How you know Maria? What's happening there?
No, the way before coming to Morocco, I told that passed to the line. Nobody knew that the owner graduated from Kelema Secondary School in Sierra Leone. Nobody knew about that. The owner last said when you are at the age of 9, he and his disabled mother in Liberia, they say crippled at that time. They walked from Lofa from Foya to Monrovia. They
2 days.
All of the blue, he entered in CWA. And then from CWA, he went to the University of Liberia, blah, blah, blah. The story long. But then when he became president, the owner wanted free time to meet his classmate and they had a big program. So the executive marshal wrote he went to meet his alma mater. So we found out that he graduated from that school. Then he went to CWA. He graduated from CWA. So they only have 2 high school diploma. Nobody knew about the thing, no. Nobody knew that. So how many years he spent in Canada? Because the story he gave us that he was 9-year-old when he and his mother walked from Foya to Morovia and he entered CWA. What in between there? When did he go to Canada High School, graduated before coming to CWA? Nobody asking the question. So the only he been faking the story for long. He been faking it. If you check the time he said he was born 1944. So if you do the subtraction of 1944 and the time he was better 9-year-old when he entered CWA. So he was a genius. So that 9-year-old when he entered CWA, what time in the youth that he went to Kellerman High School? That's the question people are asking. So add on to some of the lies that the owner been lying to people because he been faking this story for long. And as a Johnson appeared on the Bottomline for us that the owner was born in a town in Freetown. I mean in Sierra Leone. But all of the owner lies, so he been faking it until he became president of Liberia. So talk to me, neighbor. He's a liar.
You know, they say you can say older person can lie, but probably not. You can't talk true. You can tell story.
But the English language is not global. It says lie, and what it means a lie? If you're not saying the truth, a lie. So we can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah. So we are Liberian. We are Liberian, right? So we say tell story. But see, no, a Liberian people we say now we are fabricating story. You look at it one year about the project that in Lufa. Amen. For God's sake, Numa, you the president, Numa. Hey, Numa, ba, you the president. They all in fact, they need a paper here. You check it, new Google. They may that's a real man. That they may get call and say, Numa. They may enough from Liberia. He are giving us all reasons to Paul. You put it up.
Yeah, I put it up. That's someone he lied there. You see it that the executive marshal posted a thing here when he went to the Kenema Secondary High School where he graduated from. So Liberians are not asking questions. What year he graduated from Kenema High School and what year he graduated from CDA because we want to know. We want to know. They
probably that's earlier, man. Yeah, tell you something. Probably that's earlier, man. It's not bad to be earlier though. Because get Liberians since also doing well. But the thing is, why will you lie? And Liberian people get lie. They let people can lie to them. When you talk true, they say, well, they let lie. Today, now I see more Liberians they believe in the power more than anything because they let true. You try to break it down to them, they'll they will say you a liar. You pray to something that can't benefit you, you say pray. Then you'll say that true. That one a different issue. But they all made a liar. Now people think we're making fun. We are not making fun, we're saying the fact. If they all make a tell you who president of the country, remember, you the president of the country. Then you say the break ground in your country and build all that thing. Even in your government official, they not tell you. You get friend, you get family in that time. Someone will call you and tell you, oh, but our time some people just kind of building hall. You not know, hey, you man, it was today. Yeah, see, for example, say, we can say, for example, when they read a lie, they will lie. Eh? They will lie because I've been with some of them before. They can lie. No. Liberian being who we are, we don't investigate. Can you imagine that this man will tell you, look at Kulu, and tells it that thing that happening in Foya, I know nothing about it. So then he come back again yesterday to tell that he know about it, that government project. Hey man, you remember? Yeah. Then the man say, yeah, but he say, yeah, man, walk from Lufa. In 2 days, my man, even a post out say honor yourself. And only according to you, she was disabled. You see, he can create those kind of story for people to have sympathy on him. That that he might care for you so much that you're disabled, they have to walk and come and then like people buy it. Then he may say, look, cool. He said, oh, when I become president, even if it costs me to ride wheelbarrow, I'll do it. So the public version of wheelbarrow, that 1 point something million car. And before the woman will finish the term, the woman will buy airplane. He will say, the car can break down and the road not good, so let me get by one airplane. And like people will do it. But Papa, the wrong one you want to do is if you think you can hijack power, like your colleague Museveni. Papa, like people not see it, it's scary anymore. That one can say, like people know it, it's scary. In a violence, they scary. In a war, they know how to fight war. In a coup, they are hard coup. So, Papa, do the honorable thing. See, Jovia? Look, Jovia will all 18. Jovia smell a rat. He know that librarian like it. So, even how close the margin was, he said, my people, let anything go. They say there the pressure of too much. Say, Papa, you can't take it. But if you think, Papa, that your experience you can use to be there forever and ever, imagine that you are not president, but you threaten the whole country that if you don't win, there will be no Liberia. Now that you are president, you make us scared. And the kind of thing that you have done in 2 years, you appointed a chief justice, which is your right. That means that he's your loyalist. The Speaker of the House, you force him on the people, he's your loyalist. Then the President pro tem is your loyalist. And you're willing to spend any amount of our money on them for them to also dish it out to their loyalists too, to sustain you in power. Papa, that wrong way you do. Me, I can fast people. Papa, that wrong way you do. You pay me, you owe me natural fast food, but they say the small ball too. They see when the old man can smell, the small ball can smell too. We are fasting you. The librarian people know you. They know all.
Lane for. I say this is the opportunity for the opposition. This is the time, because what happened, the lies are caught up with them. So this is the time that the opposition now unified to say, look, and this is the setting point. The owner is a liar. Nobody elected, you go up and down. The owner is a liar. He created a lie story. Look, I can tell you something that people don't know about. Ellen Johnson government was the most corrupt government in recent time, more than the we are government. Under Ellen, there were a lot of young millionaires. People, they just inquire, and they came back in the group that came back now, our group that wanted part of that money that will break up today. There's a newspaper article was published in 2017 that Joseph Nima Boakai built a $20 million estate in Freetown. And most people don't know about it. It was one of his supporters who put this, who told all about it. So there's something about the owner that people need to investigate. It's the time. This is the newspaper.
I said the owner definitely.
Yeah, this newspaper was published. The article was published in 2017. And there's a guy in the state called Obe Woodla or community. He actually researched it. He came across the newspaper and wrote that Joseph Newman Boakai built $20 million estate in Freetown as city vice president. And because he wanted power in Liberia, he pretended. So you are wearing all Doka flag going around, pretending that he got money. He left it all room. Jesus Christ, and people bought into that long story. That how somebody who served in the most corrupt government will live alone. Liberia, they didn't capitalize that common sense. For 12 years, you served as vice president, you handle budget. The group of 77 budget, you handle it. Your vice president also handles huge money. No accountability. After he left office, he told the person he was only on, everyone gave him $5,000. He never took I think 500. He never took a dime. All that crocodile story the paper sold to the people intelligently. So he's a liar. So because he faked a way through to govern the country, now he had no vision of the country, so he always lied to us. So in closing, my brother, I will say this: the owner is a liar. He has told lies to Liberian people, and he will continue lying to the people until he leaves office. That's how I see it. And that if you dig more on him, you all put a puzzle together. 1 year, the owner graduated from Kenema Secondary School. And then the year he told us that he and his mom walked from Foya to Morofia. If you put the puzzle together, it never add up. Something about the old man, he not telling all the truth. So we have to now start digging. He said he wanted, he 1 year he attended Kenema High School. Then we start doing the comparison analysis to pull his age together, because the age he gave us, it does not fit the time he went to Kenema, the time he graduated from CWA. So which school he graduated from first? And he worked for, so we always know that he only lived in Liberia. He went to CWA, went to ALU, and then he started working. So what time in his life that he went to Kenema Secondary School? That is the question. Because when I was born, my elementary school I went to, it was Richard Nixie, right? 1 year there. So it will tell you, but I think they live from Richard Nixie, graduated from Kenema School, and then that Richard Nixie solved the story, is hailing for everybody. Then when he became president, the first thing now, he went to meet his fellow classmate. Think on it. So the question is, how many lies that Joseph Boakai told us? It coming out little by little. So my conclusion on him, he is a liar. When I met the owner in 2016 in his office, I said this on the show. He is a sweet talker. He's a storyteller, but he's not a leader. He is a good storyteller. So it's one of those brown dogs that will sit down with you and tell you things that happened in 1940s, because we're not around. And that story, he's the one, he will tell you some lovely story. So when you sit with him, you hear all of this story, but he's not a leader. So that's my conclusion on him tonight. And we'll catch you on Friday. So, but I want to do something a little. I will be coming on every Sunday starting February on the Bottomline discussion. This is a new Bottomline page that we're going to have a lot of guests coming to this place. We're going to be, it's almost like the Stevie Sacco show on the BBC. It's a hard talk. We're not afraid to say what we want to say. Like what I'm telling you now, that Joseph Boakai is a liar. I'm saying it because I've done my investigation on he's a liar, and we'll be going hard economically. We'll be looking at education. We'll offer solution to Liberia problem, and we'll be bringing a lot of guests on our program. So let's take a quick break before we close this on my new program that comes out every Sunday. See if I can get here.
In a world drowning in noise, where sound bites replace substance, there's a voice cutting through the chaos. Audience with the Lord Chola Play conversation, where Liberians and global citizens tackle the questions we're afraid to ask. Every Sunday at 8 p.m. UK and Liberian time, and 9 p.m. Central European time, Audience with Lord Chola Play. On the Bottomline, Liberia explores the issues that keep you up at night. Democracy's future in the age of misinformation. Economic systems that serve people, not just profits. Technology reshaping our lives. Reconciliation, development, and the crisis of meaning in modern Liberia. No easy answers, no tribalism, just intellectual courage, genuine curiosity, and the willingness to wrestle with complexity together. This is for Liberians who refuse to shrink their thinking, who believe nuance is wisdom, who are ready to remember how to think, not just what to think. Audience with the Lord Chola Play Show. Sunday, 8 p.m. Liberian time. Subscribe now. Join the conversation on the Bottomline Liberia, because the questions that matter most are the ones we're brave enough to ask.
Well, I think on that note,
Yes, Leaf.
yeah, on that note,
Yeah.
we'll be taking our leave of you guys, or those of you that are here tonight. We want to say thank you very much. But if you miss the show or you just coming on, better still, you can follow us on Facebook, on YouTube, and get a full context of everything that we've been, or content of everything that was said here tonight. And again, we want to give a disclaimer for the Bottomline Library. Individually, what we said represent our views, and we
Yeah.
express it on the Bottomline Library discussions. We are unapologetically aware that what we say is a fact, and we don't apologize for anything, unless otherwise other. What we say stands. And the Bottomline Library is really a conduit that we use to say all of what we say is our own personal observation as Liberian citizens who have been directly or indirectly affected by the action of our leaders. And that's why we come out to say, what we see, and what we say. So be our guest on Friday. We're going to be here, same time, same place. And when you follow us and subscribe, whenever we come on, you'll be prompted that we are on. So my name is Linford Goe from Norway, and Paul the Lord Churchley, of course, is in the United Kingdom, England to be specific, and he's a close friend of the King Charles. And I hope we'll be here on Friday to give you some more information as they unfold. In the meantime, continue as Liberians continue to ponder on what your president just reported to you yesterday. Investigate for yourselves, see whether they are true or lies. And when we get back here, we'll be discussing some more in detail on Friday. Paul, take us home.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Linford, and thanks to our audience for being with us here. I think it was a fantastic show today, and I agree with you. Wherever we see, we do our research before we say things that we want to say. We say in our own opinion, and yes, it's good that we'll be back here on Friday for another edition of the show. I guess we'll have a full house on Friday. Today, Francie could not make it. Francie and Jamal could not make it. Jamal work. He's at work, and Francie could not make it for some other reason. But on Friday, we'll find out why he couldn't make it. Is that because Joseph Boakai? That'll be the question. That's the hard talk. And on Friday, we'll be digging deep more on Joseph Boakai. Who is Joseph Boakai? Is he a Liberian? We need to know, because the questions still hang in the air. Many people believe that he is a Sierra Leonean, and many people believe that he is from 4 years. So, who is Joseph Boakai? From tonight, I've already defined Joseph Boakai as a liar from my research on him. He's a really corny liar, and we want to dig more on who is Joseph.
Okay, I think Paul got hanged up there, and so I will just take the show here now to end up. So let me say thanks again for being with us, and it's our pleasure that you are here, and because of us, you are there, and because of you, we are here. So we want to take you home and be back here on Friday.